What's up, you guys? Steven here for Off the Shelf Movie Night to talk to you about physical media, about Blu-rays and 4Ks and all that stuff. Let's get into this. I'm so excited because today is the day. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you can keep up with what is going on, because there's a lot of cool things coming. Today, I finally got something I've been waiting for. It is my most expensive purchase thus far for 2021. And as I promised before, we are going to do a deep dive. I have tons of notes here I wrote on the back of scrap paper because I want to make sure I cover everything, because I tend to buzz through these videos sometimes. I say that knowing my videos are often 20 minutes long, but it feels like I buzz through them. But I want to make sure I hit everything because there's a lot to unpack here, a lot to say about this particular release. I've been waiting for a very long time for it. This is it. This is the order, the Zavvi order that I've been worried about. This is the first time I've gotten something from them. You and I are going to discover the condition of this together. It does have international shipping on it because it did have to come over here from the UK. So we're going to see how it traveled. Hit me up on Instagram, OTS Movie Night, or on Facebook, Off the Shelf Movie Night, to keep up with stuff on my socials too. And it's a good way to get a hold of me, especially I know most of you guys are on Instagram, and I am, but you might get me faster on Facebook, just saying. Because other work that I do requires Facebook Messenger, so there you go. Anyway, back on topic here. Let's just get into this. I'm so excited to unbox this baby. I feel spastic today because I've been waiting for this for so long. All right, no padding whatsoever. It is a pretty nice box though. Get that out of the way. And here we go, folks. Are you ready? This is Demons 1 and 2 4K from Arrow Video. Now, my domestic viewers, I have some viewers in the UK and different places, and you guys buy Region B all the time. This is technically, as you can see by the notification there on the rating system at the bottom of the box. I'm going to take this off so you can see the picture better. That this is a Region B release, but it is a 4K. So, with that in mind, there's no reason you can't buy it. 4K, as of now, generally, 4K is not region locked, so you can get 4Ks internationally and just watch them. Now, I know there are some studios that are working on possibly being able to lock 4Ks, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. If you order from a place like Diabolic DVD, which is one of my recommended sellers, and a company I'm trying to focus more on this year, they do a great job of notifying you not on the region, but any other notes you might need to know. And as far as I can tell, Zavvi does the same. So the box looks like it's in great shape. So let's take a closer look at what we have here. Here is the front, Demons 1 and 2. I'm going to go over what Demons 1 and 2 is if you don't know here in just a second. We're going to do a bonus feature breakdown, kind of deep dive as we unpack this. So let me flip it over and let you see the back. If you want to pause and kind of see what that's all about, you can do so. But I will give you a quick synopsis on what it is. So I kind of hate this. They put a little sticker here to hold the J card in place. So hopefully that doesn't do damage. No, well, I think we're good there. I don't generally keep these J cards, so this one's no different. So let's take a better look. Now I can see the artwork a little better. I already have a slight issue with this packaging, and we're going to get into that. It is beautiful, definitely passes the tab test, but any Arrow Video that's packaged in their limited edition packages does. They just always do. So, quickly, what is Demons 1 and 2 if you haven't seen it? So, Dario Argento is, from the 60s, 70s through early 80s, is, to me, cream of the crop, one of the best Italian horror filmmakers of all time. That era of Argento. Now, his later films in the 90s or whatnot, not so good. But that era, he made some of the most creative, cool, atmospheric, genre films that came from Italy. There's some other great directors. Lucio Fulci is great, and then this director right here is a lot of fun too that we're going to get into. But anyway, in the early 80s, he started to delve more into producing, and he produced both of these films and brought on some of his team to help make these films what they are. Films are directed by Lamberto Bava, son of Mario Bava, who is also a great giallo Italian horror filmmaker. So you've got great pedigree in these films. Stivalletti, the special effects creator for these films, Sergio Stivalletti, also worked with Argento. Luigi Cozzi, one of Argento's collaborators, is involved in these films. So you've got a great team behind these. So what are the films about? So the first film, Demons, involves a group of people getting an invite to a very special screening of a film at a theater. They all go. It's a slasher film. They're watching it, but then suddenly what's happening on screen becomes reality, and the demons and monsters begin to attack the audience. So to fully enjoy the film, you really should watch the Italian language version with the subs. But the dubbing on this film is hilarious. Now there are two dubs here, and I don't honestly know which dub I'm referring to, because there's a dub, an Italian, like an original Italian release dub, and then there's a different dub for the American release. I'm not sure which dub it is that I love, because it's been so long since I've seen the film, and I wasn't even aware there were two dubs out there. So I'm going to enjoy reviewing this and seeing which dubs it was that I preferred. So that's the first film. Second film brings the monsters into a luxury apartment complex, basically through the TVs at this point, and the virus that's creating these monsters and whatever, it continues. They are gory. They are funny at times, also very atmospheric and very stylized. It's a Lamberto Bava film, but you can feel Argento through these films, through the collaborative team that worked behind the scenes. So that's in a nutshell what the films are about. So let's break into this. So what I don't like immediately. All right, let me just show you the rest, like get in depth here. There's the spine, and there's nothing on the top and bottom, and I showed you the front and back. So this is what I don't like. They split like this. I immediately, as I took it out of the package, started to feel it kind of falling apart. Now I know once it's on the shelf it won't matter. So they split, and what we have inside are a lot of things. There's a lot here. So the first thing that popped out to me is the name of the theater in the first film is the Metropole. Well, we have a special sneak preview ticket to see a movie at the Metropole. So I don't know if I want to take this sneak preview, honestly, based off what I know what happens to the people who did. So here are the films. And I like how on this digipack, even though this digipack kind of reminds me a little bit of some of the things that I've been seeing lately from Criterion that I don't love, is things just feel loose, because inside here there's just a promo card there. But we have Demons and Demons 2. We've got both of the 4Ks right here for both films. Now, while we can't have reversible artwork, obviously, because of the way this is presented, what they did, which is still really cool, is when you take the discs out, you get the original art there for both. This Demons artwork here really stands out to me, because it's what I remember from the old rental days, seeing it in the horror section and just loving that artwork. And I've had the first Demons in particular a couple of times. I think maybe it was a Blue Underground release or an Anchor Bay that I originally had that had that artwork on it. I like this new artwork though. This is cool. It's very stylized, which the movie deserves because it's so stylized as well. So the other big piece we have in there is this guy right here. This is a 60-page book with stills from the movies and essays and original poster art and that kind of thing. Now, this quality of book reminds me of the House 2-story set, which I did an unboxing of, and you can see that in my... I'll try and remember to put that maybe here. But it's an actual hardback book. Also reminds me of what's in the Dawn of the Dead set that I picked up at the end of the year. A really nice presentation on this book. I like this a lot. Let's see if I can show you something here from it. Oh, look at this. This is cool. Lots of this will take the beating. I love it. I could flip through this book while I'm looking at the movies because this is going to take a beating. This is really great. Also in the package, we get a double-sided poster, and I'm going to assume that this is the artworks from the outside of the box. Let's take a look. Yep. So you can see it there. That's Demons. Of course, I could show it to you upside right. Correct, right? Demons and Demons 2. I wish they were separate posters because obviously you have to choose. Of the two movies, the first one is the best. Okay? They're both good, though. They're both very entertaining and very much worth a watch. Let's see here. If I can repackage this, I'm just going to put the ticket inside Demons there and then get them together. So I'm just going to kind of put them together like that. I might as well keep this ad, put it in there also. And then we just have to stick these guys back together, I guess. Yeah, I think I would probably... I get how they were trying to take this presentation up a notch, but I think I would probably just like their traditional, like what we have for The Hills Have Eyes and Last House on the Left and that kind of thing. I think I would like that box better, but this is cool. And there you go. Okay, so let's get into the incredible stack of extras on these discs. All right, so on disc 1, let's see, I had to make notes here as I told you. Disc 1 is Demons. It came out in 1985, as I told you, directed by Lamberto Bava. We talked about the 60-page book. We get 2 cuts of Demons. There is the original uncut theatrical Italian version of the film, and then we get a slightly cut American version, and that's where we have the 2 dubs. Both versions of the film have their own English dub. And there's new 5.1 audio. I'm actually really impressed as I kind of put these notes together. I'm really impressed with the number of new things that we get. Obviously, there's a lot of archival stuff here too, and that's great because a set like this should really bring everything together that we've had before. So what do we get? We get a new commentary with Kat Ellinger, and I didn't write her name down, but the podcast partner that she has. They basically do bring their podcast to this commentary. And normally I'm not a big fan of podcast hosts as commentators on films. I'd rather hear from either actors or some creative person who was involved in the film. But Kat Ellinger is really interesting to listen to. Every commentary that she's done, I learned something about the film that I didn't know before. She has really proven herself to be more than just an enthusiast that hosts a podcast. She's a film historian when it comes to the horror genre. So also we get an archival director commentary. It also has Sergio Stivoletti, the special effects creator for both films, the two of them together. Then there's an archival commentary with Lamberto Bava and one of the actresses from the film. If you don't actually watch the commentaries, you're really missing out, because this is the way. I know maybe they're flashier, a documentary or featurettes are flashier to look at, but you really get into the meat of the filmmaking process and the acting process and all that when you watch a commentary, because you can hear the director or the actor, actress sort of free-flowing their thoughts as the movie plays in front of them. So you're experiencing it with them. So I highly recommend taking time on movies you really like to watch the commentaries. There's a visual essay on Dario Argento as a producer. So there's been other documentaries on him as a filmmaker. This focuses on his producing. There's an archival interview with Argento. There's also an archival interview with the composer. And there's an archival interview with Argento and longtime collaborator Luigi Cosi. Sorry. And there's a series of trailers with American, international, and Italian trailers. Disc 2, Demons 2, also gets a new 5.1 audio track along with the new 4K transfer. So I'm going to talk about nitpicky negatives at the end, okay? And it just came to mind as I read this. So there's a new commentary with film critic Travis Crawford. Again, would rather hear something new from somebody involved in the film, but luckily we have a lot of archival stuff, so we get that too. There's an archival commentary from the director and Stivalletti once again. There's a new visual essay specifically on space and technology as it relates to Demons 2. Very interesting. There's an archival commentary with Sergio Stivalletti. And there's an archival interview with Luigi Cosi on this film as well. And once again, we get international, Italian, and American trailers. That is a lot to go through. And most of it's archival stuff. But if you haven't seen it, it's all going to be new to you. If you have seen it, it's probably been a number of years because it's been a while since we've had a good version of this. So it'll be refreshing to watch it again. And sometimes these things look and sound different as you watch a new 4K presentation of the film because you see more detail, you hear more detail, that kind of thing. So my overall thoughts so far on this particular set is, again, it's beautiful. Beautiful artwork. I love this artwork. Package feels nice and premium, nice and solid boutique presentation. This is the most expensive thing I've bought this year so far. This was $86 shipped from Zavvi. So I was expecting a lot, and I got a lot. So I don't hate it, but I don't love this split here. If it locked in place somehow, that would be better, but that's a minor complaint. Also, another minor complaint is that we have a 4K presentation. We have been spoiled, I guess, but I have come to expect with a great 4K presentation and Atmos audio presentation as well. We didn't get that here. And I know, based on the age of the film, the original audio that's here for both films, I didn't mention it, but it is here. It's a stereo mix. I believe, no, it's a mono mix, I'm sorry. So it would have taken a lot of work to get an Atmos presentation. But, if I'm being picky and nitpicking the things that would disappoint me, that's a minor complaint, but it is a complaint. This just came in the mail today, so I haven't looked at what the visual presentation is. I will mention that in a future video as I get these watched. We're just talking about what you see when it comes out of the box and how I feel about it. And so far, I couldn't be more excited. My expectation is high as far as the visual presentation because Arrow has not let me down yet. Their presentations are generally outstanding. The Flash Gordon that I have, I know, done by Studio Canal. I don't know if they did this or Studio Canal. I'll find out because this artwork doesn't have all that labeling on it, so I'll have to find out another way. But Studio Canal did a very solid job with Flash Gordon. So if Studio Canal was involved in this, it'll still be great. So that's probably enough talking right now. Tell me what you think. Did you pick this guy up? Are you excited to? Have you seen these films before? Are you excited to dig into this set as much as I am? I feel very hyped and spastic about this because these are just really great movies. If you haven't seen them, you need to just get this set if you can still get it. It is a limited edition, so I'm not even sure if you can still buy this thing. I hope and assume that there will be a standard edition of these 4Ks out that you can pick up. And you should get them because if you like Italian cinema, you have to love these films. And there's two completely unique viewing experiences here. It's all camp to some degree. But when you watch the English dub, it gets all the more campier and hilarious. So anyway, that's enough talking right now. that is what is happening with this set, my initial feelings on it. Tell me what you think in the comments. Tell me if you're picking these up, and let's talk about some other great boutique releases from Arrow Video and what else you got coming. I'm looking at a couple of pre-orders coming up that are more expensive than this, I believe, from them, but really incredible offerings. More 4K, actually, coming from Arrow Video. So until next we meet, pull something cool off the shelf, share it with your friends and family, and remind them why physical media is the best way to watch films and TV. I'll see you guys on the next one.